Letters Under the Door by Valentin Davydov. A thick gray fog-shrouded morning Petersburg when Marina Volkova pulled up to her flower shop on Vasilyevsky Island. The dashboard clock of her aging Mazda showed 6:30. As always, she'd arrived an hour before opening. That quiet hour before the workday began was her ritual: coffee, fresh pastries from the nearby bakery, and a slow, unhurried preparation for customers. Stepping out of the car, she shivered from the damp wind off the Neva. October had been particularly cold that year. Marina pulled out her keys and froze. A white envelope was tucked under the shop's glass door. Odd. Mail was usually dropped in the box beside it. She picked it up. No return address, only her name, printed in block letters, to Marina Volkova. Shrugging, she unlocked the door and went inside, breathing in the familiar scent of roses, lilies, and fresh greenery. After turning on the lights and the coffee maker, Marina sat at her small table in the corner and opened the envelope. Inside was a single sheet of paper, printed from a computer. Greater than today, a man in a gray coat will come to you. He will buy white chrysanthemums. Do not sell them to him. If he takes those flowers, he will be dead in 3 days. Marina frowned. What kind of stupid prank was this? She read the note again, then crumpled it and threw it into the trash. In 5 years of running a flower shop, she'd seen everything: that drunk customers, hysterical brides, but anonymous prophecies were a first. The bell above the door jingled. Lena, her assistant, a young woman with eternally tousled red hair and a spray of freckles across her nose, stepped inside. "Good morning, Marina Andreevna," she said cheerfully, peeling off her damp raincoat. "It's a nightmare out there, like something out of a horror movie." "Morning, Lena. Coffee?" "Gladly." Lena headed to the back room to change. "By the way, did you hear about that crash on Nevsky yesterday? Awful. 3 cars piled up." Marina poured 2 cups of coffee, trying not to think about the strange letter. The day went on as usual: the morning flower deliveries, custom bouquets, a few early customers. Round noon the phone rang. "Flower shop, Iris," Marina answered. "Hello," said a man's voice. "I'd like to order a bouquet of white chrysanthemums. You'll pick it up after 6. A chill ran down her spine. "Of course," she said evenly. "For what amount?" 3,000 rubles. Name's Kozlov." Marina wrote it down and hung up. Coincidence? Just coincidence. Plenty of people bought white chrysanthemums. Still, unease lingered. At 6:30, after Lena had gone home, a man entered the shop. Tall, thin, about 50, wearing a gray coat. Marina froze. "Good evening," he said. "I ordered a bouquet. Name's Kozlov." "Yes, of course." She forced a smile. "Just a moment." In the cold storage room, the prepared bouquet of white chrysanthemums waited. Marina's hands trembled as she picked it up. "This is absurd," she told herself. "Completely absurd." She returned and handed it over. 3,000 rubles. Kozlov counted the bills. Marina noticed his hands are covered in red blotches, almost like burns. "I'm sorry," she said suddenly. "These chrysanthemums aren't very fresh. Maybe you'd prefer something else. I have lovely roses or lilies." He looked at her in surprise. "No, thank you. I need white chrysanthemums. They're for a special occasion." He took the bouquet and walked to the door. Marina's heart pounded. At the threshold, Kozlov turned back. "By the way, you have a beautiful shop. I'll definitely come again." When the door closed behind him, Marina sank into a chair. What had she done or failed to do? The next 3 days passed in torment. She scoured the news, searched social media for the name Kozlov, even checked obituary sites. Nothing. By the 4th day, she'd begun to relax, deciding it had all been a stupid prank until Lena, reading the morning paper over coffee, gasped, "Marina Andreevna, look." She handed her the paper. In the incidents section was a small notice: greater than yesterday evening, a car accident occurred on Moskovsky Prospect. The driver of a Toyota Camry, Viktor Kozlov, 52, died at the scene. Preliminary cause a heart attack while driving. The room swam before Marina's eyes. Are you all right? Lena asked. Water. No, I'm fine, Marina whispered. It's just that man was here. He bought flowers. How awful. Lena shook her head. Imagine I bought flowers and 3 days later creepy. You know, my grandma always said white chrysanthemums bring misfortune. Marina didn't answer. Coincidence, she tried to tell herself. But how had the letter writer known? And why warn her? The next morning, another envelope lay under the door. Marina picked it up with trembling hands. Inside was a new message, greater than you didn't listen. Now you see this is the joke. Today a woman, in a red headscarf will come. Shall ask for a bouquet of 33 roses. Refuse under any pretext. If she gets those roses, her daughter will suffer. Marina sat right there on the steps, cold stone under her. Her mind rebelled, but the facts were undeniable. The prophecy had come true. All day she was on edge, flinching each time the bell above the door rang. But no woman in a red scarf appeared until, near 5, an elderly lady entered. A faded red kerchief with tiny flowers was tied over her hair. Hello, dear, the woman said tiredly. I need a big bouquet of roses. It's my daughter's birthday tomorrow. She turns 33. 33 roses. Marina repeated, her mouth dry. Yes, that's right. Could you make it up? Marina looked at her, the simple, kind face, work-worn hands, a cheap coat. Just an ordinary pensioner had probably saved for months to surprise her daughter. I'm afraid we've run out of roses, Marina said slowly. Next delivery's tomorrow. Oh, that's a shame. Maybe another shop. Wait. Marina hurried to the back room and returned with a business card. Here, my good friend owns a shop on Doorvalentin. Tell him you're from Marina Volkova. He'll give you a nice discount. And you know what? Better order 31 roses. Why 31? It's a superstition. 33 is unlucky for women. 31 brings happiness and long life. The woman brightened. Thank you, dear. I'll do that. After she left, Lena stared at Marina. Marina Andreevna, our fridge is full of roses. And since when is 33 unlucky? Lena, you can head home early, Marina said quietly, avoiding her gaze. I'll close up tonight. When she was alone, she spread both letters on the table. The handwriting on the envelopes matched. The paper was ordinary. No clues. She picked up her phone and called her ex-husband, Andrei, the police detective. Marina, what's wrong? I need your help. Off the record. She told him everything. He listened in silence, then chuckled. You know what I think? Someone's got a crush on you and knows psychology. Probably studied your regulars, guessed likely events, and made it look prophetic. But how could he know about the heart attack? You said the man's hands had red blotches. Could they been signs of diabetes or heart issues? A doctor might be guessed. So you think it's a prank? Or a psychological experiment? Be careful. Want me to have someone keep an eye on the shop? No, thanks. I'll handle it. Still, something about his explanation didn't sit right. The next morning, she arrived an hour early and hid in her car across the street. Round 6, a figure in a dark hooded jacket approached, glanced around, and slipped an envelope under the door. Marina jumped out. Hey, stop. The figure froze, then slowly turned. Marina gasped. It was Igor Semyonov, one of her regulars, a psychology professor from the local university. The widower who bought flowers every week for his late wife's grave. Igor Pavlovich. She whispered. You? He lowered his hood. His face was pale, eyes sunken. Good morning, Marina. But why? Why are you doing this? He sighed heavily. Let's go inside. I'll explain. They entered. Marina switched on the lights, hands trembling. I'll start from the beginning, Igor said, sitting by the counter. My wife died 3 years ago. Cancer. But before she passed, strange things started happening. She began seeing the future. Doctors called them hallucinations and brain metastases. But everything she predicted came true. Everything. Marina listened in silence. A week before she died, she asked me to write down everything she said. She filled 3 notebooks of dates, names, events. And your name, Marina, appeared often. My name. She said you were the key. That through you, people's fates could change, but only if you made the choice. I can't just walk up to someone and say, "Don't buy white chrysanthemums, you'll die." But you can influence them naturally. That's insane. Yes, Igor agreed softly. I thought so too. But I started checking her notes. Everything matches, Marina. Down to the smallest details. She knew Kozlov would come to you. She knew about the woman in the red scarf. And what would happen to her daughter if she got those roses? What would have happened? A car accident on the way home from the birthday party. Drunk driver. Marina felt sick. Show me the notebooks. They're at my place. But understand how once you see them, there's no going back. You'll know the futures of dozens of people. Can you live with that knowledge? Do I have a choice? He pulled an envelope from his pocket. This is the last letter I was meant to deliver. After this, the decision is yours. Marina opened it. Greater than the choice is always yours. Knowledge is neither curse nor gift, it is responsibility. You may refuse and live an ordinary life, or accept and try to help. But remember, by changing others' fates, you change your own. Be ready for the consequences. Your wife wrote this. Yes, for you. She knew this day would come. Marina walked to the window. Outside, the city was waking up. People hurried to work, unaware that their destinies might be written in a dead woman's notebooks. Why me? She asked softly. I don't know. Katiana, my wife, said you have a rare empathy, that you feel people's joy and pain deeply, and that you're strong enough to bear this burden. And if I refuse, I'll burn the notebooks and never bother you again. Marina closed her eyes. She remembered Kozlov's face, the woman in the red scarf. How many lives could she save? And how many would she change? I need time to think. Of course, I'll wait for your answer. At the door, he turned. Whatever you decide, Marina, you've already saved one life, that woman's daughter. Thank you. After he left, Marina sat in silence, then began preparing for the day as usual. Life went on. Customers came, Lena chatted, the bell jingled. That evening she called Igor. I agree, she said. Show me the notebooks. Are you sure? No, but I can't live knowing I could help and didn't. I'll pick you up in an hour. Marina looked around her shop, her small island of beauty in a vast city. A place where people bought joy and farewell, love and comfort. In an hour, her life would change forever. Translation continues with the same tone and precision, including the later sections with Tatiana's notebooks, Marina's interventions, and the ending with the man bringing the white rose. If you'd like, I can finish translating the rest in the same literary style. It's about 45 more pages in English. Would you like me to continue with the full English translation to the end?